Hey, Determined Destiny family, this is Coach Kevin coming back at you with another video for the Determined Destiny family. Today's video, we're going to be talking about anger management and self-control. Two very, very important topics for our young men to manage so that they can be more determined about their destiny and achieve a level of success that they can be proud of. If you're just now joining us for the first time, my name is Coach Kevin. I'm the creator and founder of Determined Destiny. I want to invite you guys to subscribe to our YouTube channel, Determined Destiny, and want to also encourage you to visit our website, www.determineddestiny.org. At determineddestiny.org is where you will find more videos, more literature content, resources. This particular video topic, you'll find the anger journal there. Once you become a member with Determined Destiny, you'll get access to much more content than just the videos. And one of those examples is the anger management journal that I'm going to be talking about during this video. There's lots more resources there as well. If you become a member, you also get one 30-minute coaching call a month from one of the coaches with Determined Destiny that will help you help your young man be more successful. So I'm glad you found the videos here. I want to encourage you to become a member because there's a lot more. Once you become a member, there's a lot more available to you as a family member with Determined Destiny. Without further ado, let's dig into this topic of anger management and self-control. You know, as I'm thinking about this, I'm thinking about in today's times how anger management, lack of anger management has cost people so much. And in particular, and I'm just going to use this guy as an example just because it's fun to pick on him right now, even though, you know, I know he's in a good situation financially. But his lack of anger management, it's cost him a lot. I'm talking about Antonio Brown, former wide receiver with the New England Patriots, the Los Angeles Raiders, and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Now I know financially, overall, the guy's in good shape, and he should be fine. I encourage you, AB, if you're out there listening, reach out to me, and I'll help you get more determined about your destiny, because I believe there's more to life than what you've experienced so far, and I'll help you with that, coach you through that process. But what I want to talk about is the anger management piece that, you know, AB got in his own way a lot of times because he didn't want to be told this or didn't want to do things this way and would get angry and upset about things and then just handle it completely the wrong way. And this is what we need to teach our young men in today's society is that you are in control until you give up control. And when you give up control is when you allow yourself to get so emotionally tangled in a situation that you lose control of that thing. And that's where the anger management piece comes in. You have to be able to manage that so that you maintain control of that situation. So I'm going to be looking at my notes because this is such a great topic, and I don't want to leave anything out because it is crucial that we help our young men manage their anger and have more self-control. So as I'm researching this, what I came across was that in the human body, on a day-to-day basis, there's three main emotions that a person feels: happy, sad, and anger. And when we talk about happy, you know, I'm not talking about you're floating around on cloud nine all the time. I'm just talking about you're generally in an upbeat mode. You know, your glass is half full and things have a more positive outlook. And we experience that emotion on a day-to-day basis. Most of us do. And hopefully you experience that emotion several times a day. Most of your day is filled with that kind of emotion. But the reality of it is sadness is also an emotion that we feel on a day-to-day basis. And that emotion in itself, too, can lead to other emotions like anger. Now, I understand, and the research says that, you know, there are several emotions that we feel outside of those three, but those are the big three that we feel on a day-to-day basis in today's society: happiness, sadness, and anger. And when we talk about that sadness, we're not talking about you're walking around and you're depressed, but you just don't feel that high that you felt when you're happy. You know, there's a difference there. There's a noticeable difference in your emotional state. Okay. And we have to be aware of that. That's very important, that you're aware of what state that you're in every situation. And then, of course, there's the anger emotion that we often feel when things don't go our way. We're feeling a level of frustration because of this. Somebody cuts you off. Somebody knocks something out of your hand accidentally. You forgot something. You get angry at yourself. You forgot to do something. You forgot to make a call. Whatever the case may be, you experience that emotion of anger. And how you deal with that is the most important thing. And that's what I want to get into in terms of how we deal with the emotion of anger that will allow us to have more self-control. So I'm going to talk about a couple of strategies that I want us to teach our young men as it pertains to anger management. So I know you've heard it. If you're dealing with this with your young man, you've heard it from your teachers, you've heard it from their siblings, you've heard it from other relatives, that he's got some anger that he needs to be able to deal with. And so what I want you to be able to do is take these 3 strategies and help your young man know how to do this on his own at some point with self-control. First strategy that you need to be able to do when you're feeling that emotion of anger is disengage from that situation, whatever it is. I'm just going to use the example of being in the classroom and getting upset about something that's going on in that classroom. We got to teach our young men how to be able to say to that teacher, can I go to the bathroom? Can I step out in the hall because I'm not feeling this right now? I'm very upset. You know, use your words. One of the chapters in my book, 10 Things Your Son Needs to Know to Be Successful, is to teach him how to express himself with words. That's what we want to do in this particular situation as well. Teach him to use his words to say, I need to remove myself from this situation because I've realized that I have the emotion of anger that's building up inside of me. And if I don't deal with it the right way, then something else is going to happen. So we want to teach our young men how to say, I need to get out of this situation. Help them disengage from that situation. The second thing we need to be able to do is engage them physically. Teach him how to handle himself physically. And I know this may seem like an old technique and may seem outdated, but I guarantee you it works. We got to teach our young men how to breathe and count. Breathe and count. And what this is doing is this is allowing more oxygen into the brain, which will then influence the thinking and start to get rid of that anger. You're releasing that tension from the body. And as you count, you're taking your mind off of that thing that has caused you to be angry. And this is what we got to teach our young men. You take those deep breaths, and I'm going to recommend at least 4 deep breaths, inhaling and exhaling and counting to 10. And what this is doing is allowing that emotional adrenaline in the body that is anger to be released from the body so that the brain can work like it needs to manage the self-control. So we're going to teach our young men how to disengage. We're going to teach them how to breathe. And the next thing we're going to teach them how to do is to escape mentally. We have to teach our young men how to go to a certain place in their mind that is a happier place, whether that's on the football field, whether that's in their room with their music, whether that's sitting down talking with mom, dad, whoever. We got to teach them how to go to that place in their mind so that their mind finds peace. And that's what we're looking for, a level of peace that is completely opposite of that level of frustration and anger that the kid may be feeling. So you've got those 3 strategies that we have to teach our young men. Disengage, use your words to disengage, get yourself out of that situation. Then use your breathing techniques that will control the physical part of that anger. And then address the mind by going to a much happier place in your mind. And you know, I'm going to say you go to that place for as long as it takes. Generally, to release that anger, it's really only going to take you about 45 seconds to 1 minute to go there and get rid of that anger that's causing you to lose control, basically. So we want to practice this at home, obviously, with our young men so that they can use this skill when they really need it in society. You know, we talk about situations where we may get pulled over by the police. You got to know how to manage your anger and have some self-control to manage that situation. Because obviously, on the other side, they're not managing that situation. So we've got to teach our young men how to manage that situation so that they go home at the end of the day. So those are the 3 strategies I wanted to make sure that we get and that you are able to learn and teach our young men so that they can manage their anger and have more self-control. Being in control takes work. It takes work, and we've got to put the time into it so that we are more determined about our destiny. We're in control of our destiny. That's what we're looking for. Young men who are in control of their destiny every single day, every minute of the day. So, thank you. Once again, I'm Coach Kevin. This has been the lesson on anger management and self-control. If you need to watch it again and take some notes, do that. But then practice it so we can produce young men who are emotionally strong yet healthy under self-control. DeterminedDestiny.org is the website. Determined Destiny is the YouTube channel. Plug in with us and let's make our young men successful. Thank you.